Hello guys, today I came up with one more trigger. So this is not actually a roll up trigger, but yeah, kind of roll up trigger, but with conditions. So like two new things that we want to learn from this trigger are very keen things that we are gonna use. So not usually we use this, but actually we are using in some conditions. In which condition we are using, that is very important, because sometimes we are not getting idea how to use trigger, where to use, and how we which thing on which particular scenario we want to use. So in my last video I have discussed about timesheet, to update a timesheet or attendance of any company. If they are taking attendance of Salesforce or some another CRM, so they have some timesheet automation, so that they can track the time of particular module or something. That is what estimated time and actual time. So here the business scenario is, so there is two things. One is roll up estimation time and second is estimation time. So in with subtask, it doesn't have relation with the task, so we have to roll up the trigger, we have to roll up the values. So how we can roll up the value without using the roll up, because in if two objects have lookups, we can't roll up the values, right, as we know. So in earlier video I have shown you how to roll up the value. Now we have condition. What condition we are using? For example, we have this task. Okay, so in this task we have some subtasks. Okay, so in this subtask we have some time scheduled. What is the time scheduled? Like we have estimation time. When we have given the estimation time 1000, so it means if like multiple tasks are there, total estimation time, total time take to complete that particular task are 1000, right? So I have created one field here, roll up estimation. So the estimation of this all the task, estimation minutes, estimated minutes of all the tasks will be rolled up in the task field, in the task object record here. How to roll up the value with this condition, so that multiple like addition of all the multiple tasks will be rolled up in here. I think you got the scenario. I have estimation time. I'll repeat my words. I have given the estimation time for the particular task to do the particular task. Okay. So in that particular task, we have 5 subtasks. For every subtask, it takes 200 minutes. So I need to count whether like sometime we take 100 minutes for particular task, or sometime it takes 300 minutes for particular task, or even more than that. How we will calculate the estimation time is equal to the actual time given to all the tasks. By the roll up, we will put the condition that every from every subtask time will be rolled up in the roll up estimation, then we will compare it with estimation. If the time is greater, subtask time is greater than the roll up, then it will show the error or stop the time, or some changes in the timesheet will stop the time in the timesheet and update to the developer. This is what the main scenario behind this trigger. So now we'll go to the trigger. So here I have written the rolled up trigger. I'll show you the one by one. In this video, I'll show you how I rolled up and what things I have used. Two main things that I want to learn, that you want to learn from this trigger is what things I have used, and some things, some new things are there in this trigger when we are using. So first is, so what is this trigger? First we understand this trigger, how I have written this trigger, and what is the main scenario behind it. Okay, so this is the trigger. This is very small trigger. Nothing is there in this trigger. First I am taking this id, empty id, and this is trigger is on subtask. So I'm taking the subtask value, looping it, and when the trigger is inserted and undelete. Okay, and when we are inserting any sub values or subtask or something, we are inserting any record in the subtask, so then this trigger will insert. So we are using here is old map dot get inv item id and estimation minutes. inv item task and old map dot get. What is this old map? Why we are using? This is the first thing that you want to use. Why we are using this? This is the question now. Why we are using old map? What is the reason behind it of using old map? Tell me. So we will write. So there is one website. So in the Salesforce, trigger context variable. So if you search on the Google, trigger context variable. So on the first page, you will get this. So this is the page that I have opened earlier. This is the same page you will get. Here we will, the all the triggers that we are writing in the Salesforce came from here. Is executed for API calls or something we are using for is executed. For inserting the record we are using is inserted. For is updated we are using is updated. Is delete is before. Is after is undelete. New map. So we are using new map old map. Okay. So we are using old map. Why we are using old map? And so we will read the definition here first. A, a map of IDs of old version of S object records. The map is only available in the updated and delete trigger. Now we will understand. In the basic manner, I will tell you how it is working. Suppose if we are going to opportunity, okay. So I'll tell you how it works. In the basic thing, like how it works. Okay. So this is the a demo record. Okay. So here must be stage. So now the stage is presented, presented stage. Okay. Here, if now what is the old? So go to the trigger. Okay, this is the trigger. What is the old estimation minutes? This is old map dot get. This trigger is used in case when you're creating opportunity, when somebody, the first person who has created the opportunity, so he's choose the stage pre-bid. Okay. Then the another person came. He got some good news and from the company that he got the order. Then he changed the stage to commercial bid. It is a big bid. Then the third person came and it choose, and I want my trigger to trigger at the time when it is changing from commercial bid. So this is the old bid, right? So when he is changing from commercial bid to close loss, trigger bid trigger. This is the condition of the trigger that we need to update. So we are updating the value. Which value we are updating? That is the main purpose. So the main purpose of this part is when you are triggering the particular value inside inside that record, or we are updating the record or inserting the record and changing the value inside that particular record, then the old map or new map is used. I think you got my point. Here what we are doing, here estimation, what is the previous estimation minutes and what is the new estimation minutes, this is what we are treating, and we are putting the task id and adding it to the id. That is the only. And here this is the insert update and undelete trigger. This is for delete and updated trigger. Okay. We are just adding the id, task id. Now we are taking the list of, I think you got this particular thing, trigger.oldmap.get. If you have any confusion, comment. I'll explain you in the better way. So if you understand Hindi, I'll make the videos in Hindi if you're comfortable with it. So not an issue with that. So now the second is task, and now the second part. So how I rolled up. So in task I took the values, all the values, and here select id from estimated minute from subtask, and then from task inv. Okay. Inv dot roll up estimation time is equal to 0. So I assigned a 0 value to the roll up estimation time. There is no value in the roll up. So now I queried the subtask and added the value roll up estimation time if there is any value plus estimation time is equal to roll up estimation time and update the. So it is updating the roll up estimation time. It is rolling up the values from subtask to the task. So this is the whole trigger. I think you got the trigger. If you want code, I'll post the code, not an issue. But I think you got this is the main scenario that I want you to unlearn the old map.get invitation item.id. So I admit what I did. So this is like, I think you got the whole point. So this trigger is not a common trigger. This is something common, also something useful. It is very useful, actually, I want to say, because in some scenarios, if, with the change of stage, I told you, with the change of state, the trigger should insert. With the change of value, the trigger should insert. So these type of things you need to do it very crucially, because in big project, if something got cracked, there is like, if you can't sort it on the support, right? So that's what the whole concept is. Thank you for watching videos, and like the video, subscribe the video. So thank you for your love and support.